absolute bloody melt job, lads and lasses. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. In a bit of a piss poor mood, actually, just in general about Manchester United. I mean, I want to get into Manchester United's transfer window in this video because, do you know what? It's a fucking calamity, isn't it, guys? I mean, look, how long has the window been open now? A number of weeks. There's other teams around us doing business galore. There's players out there to be had. You don't see Roman Abramovich and Chelsea dawdling around not signing players. They got Ziyech wrapped up in bloody February. An early deal coming in the summer. They got Werner done in June. There's talk about Havertz coming in soon. There's talk about Chilwell coming in soon. There's talk about selling Thiago Silva on a free transfer coming in soon. They're actually trying to close the gap with the people that are above us in the league. But our owners and our board and Eddie Woodward and the people that are responsible for bringing players into this club and improving us out there on the pitch are doing piss diddly all with this summer transfer window, it seems. We've gone back and forth with Dortmund about Sancho, but where's the other players coming in there? We clearly need multiple players coming in this transfer window to strengthen our side this summer. Otherwise, what the hell do we expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to do with the same band of merry melters that he's got out there last year? And I'm not saying they're merry melters, I love the side, but we've still got a couple of poor examples of United players in there. We need to improve a couple of positions out there 100%, man. And I'm just sick and tired of having owners that do not fully invest in this football club, that do not fully really give a toss about improving this football club from window to window. There's other clubs out there making moves, trying to get improvements, trying to get players in. Pretty much all of them, but not Manchester United, folks. Manchester United are still sitting around pulling our bloody plonker. And I, for one, have had enough of it. I think it is down to the fact we don't have a proper director of football. It is down to the fact our owners are just absolute bloody leechers. It is down to the fact that we've got a walking King Edward potato as our chief executive. And really what we need is a proper director of football because he doesn't seem to have what it takes to bring these guys into the bloody club. And at the end of the day, he's just a complete yes man for the Glazers. That's all he really is. He's a complete yes man. He's so in bed with the Glazers. He's bloody cozying up to him at night. And, all they've got to do is fart and he rolls over and shits the bed. So I've had enough of Edward Woodward at this football club, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm sure all of you have, but get used to it. He's a part of the frickin' furniture now. It's like frickin' Miss Havisham from Great Expectations. We've just got rotting stuff now. We've got cobwebs growing on everything. The stadium's falling to bits. There's no real investment at United in the squad. Yeah, we're still developing players, still got a great youth network, youth academy, but where's the proper investment to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the proper help that he needs in this transfer window to bridge that gap with the likes of Liverpool and bridge that gap with the likes of City, guys? Where is that proper investment from us? It winds me the fuck up, guys, because there's all these other teams going out there and doing the business. Why? We don't have any excuse to not strengthen. Are you telling me that the board would be happy with Victor bloody Dwindle-off at the back there without strengthening and getting a centre back, or just relying on an 18-year-old Mason Greenwood for the whole of the season really at right wing? It's not acceptable, guys. We need to go out there and strengthen. We need to improve this football team, otherwise we are going to be left in the dust. Say what you want about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's not bloody David Blaine. Do you know what I mean? He can't appear out of nowhere and make a miracle happen. He's got to have the tools to be able to improve this side. And sure, a lot of the players in the team will be getting better, and he's blooded some youth and given them experience, and they're going to be a bit better in the future. But he needs some help now with quality players coming in there. I mean, look at bloody Chelsea. He's Roman Abramovich is feeding Frank Lampard with whatever bloody cookies that he wants. Whereas Solskjaer's like a bloody prisoner of war. He's having to feed off a bloody bowl of dripping every day, this guy. And I feel sorry for him because I know he wants players coming to this team. Of course he does. He wants to improve this United side this summer window. He's seen the vulnerability we have in the squad. That's why maybe there wasn't a lack of substitutions towards the end of the season, maybe. We just don't have the depth there. We've been saying it for a long time. 1 or 2 injuries and we're screwed, especially in key positions. Imagine if Bruno gets an injury. Or, it's a nightmare, guys. We don't have the depth in our squad really to deal with it. We'll get more into it, folks. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's tuning in right now and get involved in the live chat. I want to hear from you. Smash that thumbs up button. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear and you can hear me okay. But yeah, I mean, it's... What a window. I wanted to get on here and just see what you guys think, because I think it might be the worst transfer window that we've had. I mean, it sort of reminds me of that David Moyes window. It wouldn't surprise me if come the end of this transfer window, we just dilly-dally fanning around and then end up bloody getting Marouane Fellaini back at the football club or something, just like David Moyes did. That's how bad it is right now in terms of seeing the players coming into the football club. There's all these players out there that United have been potentially linked with, like Grealish. There's Sancho. There's Ndidi. There's Upamecano. There's a bunch of players that should be on United's radar, but unfortunately for the football club that we have, I think it's fair to say that they don't give a toss. They don't give a toss. They just care about the bottom line. They just care about bloody milking this football club and servicing that debt, and maybe servicing their American football team over there, bloody getting Tom Brady or whatever. I don't know, some bullshit that I hear about. I don't pay any attention to American football. I'm just saying, they're doing some stuff over there which makes me question what they're doing over here, guys. You know why it makes me question that? Because we're clearly a gulf away in class from the teams that are at the top of this league, and certainly in the Champions League. We can't even get to the Europa League final. If he thinks, if the Glazers and Woodward and they think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get this team to the Champions League final, then they are absolutely pulling the other one. So, just disheartened, guys. Disheartened, disenchanted, disgusted, disengaged, whatever freaking other word you want to use that sound the same. Because it's a disgrace. Get in here with your comments, lads and lasses. I want to hear from you. Thank you so much. We've got Woodward ain't got no bottle. Woodward ain't got no bottle. Woodward can't get any bloody players in. I mean, look, I actually thought maybe last season we'd perhaps turn the corner, because think about it, last season we did actually bring Maguire in the summer. Big statement of intent, big money. We did get Aaron Wan-Bissaka, turned out to be a great signing. Daniel James too. Wasn't the strongest of windows, but we'd take that. We'd take that again this year. Slowly trying at least to fill the puzzle pieces bit by bit. That is what we're trying to do at this football club, you'd think anyway. But this window's completely thrown that down the pooper, guys, because they're not trying to do that, are they? Otherwise, they'd have signed some people up early. Maybe they'd have signed some people up even before the window opened, kind of like Chelsea did with Ziyech or whatnot. Like, it's possible. Or got them done early on in the transfer window, paid that little bit of extra money, stopped fannying around, stopped having a pissing contest with Dortmund or whatnot, and make the bloody deals and get the player that we so desperately need in there. And get some other players too. How much time are we going to spend on the Sancho deal? Then what about all the other deals, all the other players that we still need at this football club? I find it a joke. And if anybody's out there that thinks that United don't need to strengthen this, when you're having a bloody laugh, guys. Have you seen the depth that we've got in our side? And have you seen how far away we are from the likes of Man City for depth? And Liverpool with their, starting 11, think about it, United are still a couple of positions away in the starting 11 from really having a top quality side capable of challenging. We don't have a world-class centre-back among us. We need improvement in the midfield also. We don't have the depth there. Matic is ageing. Come on, guys, man. One injury to Anthony Martial. Where are our goals coming from? Yeah, sure, we've got Mason Greenwood. He's 18 years of age, guys. We can't rely on an 18-year-old whippersnapper. He's supposed to be developing gradually. He's not supposed to have all this pressure lumbered upon him. Now, he seems like the type that will handle that pressure. He's already stepped up and showed that he's got some big cojones at this football club for a young lad. But the point I'm making is we need some help, man. The squad needs some help. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs some help. He's not a miracle worker. Right then, let's get into your comments, lads and lasses. Thank you for joining me. This is very good, like therapy, guys. This is just good therapy, to get on here and just let it all out. It's good therapy, I'm telling you. But yeah, I'll tell you what would be better therapy. Throwing a custard pie right into Ed Woodward's face. Soyang Balapu, what's going on, my friend? He says if Sancho signs, he needs to be quarantined for 2 weeks as well. Are you schnerious, my friend? Are you schnerious? So wait a sec. If Sancho comes over from Germany, he's got to be quarantined for 2 weeks. Oh, we've got to be able to get around that one, my friend. But either way, either way, we've got to get the business done this week. What's going on? The season's starting soon. Literally, it starts on the 12th of September. We don't play our first game until the 19th. I'm not even sure when the window ends, guys. But the fact of the matter is, it's been open a long-ass time, and we haven't done anything to strengthen this football club, which is an absolute bloody disgrace. Razak says Ollie can't develop youth. He needs money spent. I mean, he is developing youth. He's created a couple of good players this season for United. Without Ollie giving players chances, there is no Greenwood really where he is this season. There is no Brando Williams where he is this season. But I hear you though. It's not all about the youth. We can't expect another class of 92 situation. And even then, you needed to have that great mix of experience and quality throughout the side. You can't just expect, these young, inexperienced players in a lot of cases to do it. even players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we consider him one of the best right-backs in the league because he is, but he's still only had 2 top-flight seasons. It's not like he's a veteran of the game. There's too much on these lads, and if he gets injured, bloody hell. We've got Diogo Dalot there, we need some depth, guys. We need some depth, so I'm not the only one that thinks like this. Most people online seem to be thinking about it. I was looking at my social media today. Everybody's bloody disheartened with the Glazers and Woodward and the management of this football team from the top. Because the best interest of the football club in the summer transfer window should be to put your club in a better position to start the new campaign than the last season. Now, you can argue how much you want to go, how much you want to invest, how much you want to put in one basket, whatever. But your ultimate goal should be to better prepare yourself for the next season. Otherwise, what the hell are you even doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're doing a bloody Mike Ashley job. That's it. The Glazers, okay, they are better than Mike Ashley at Newcastle as owners, but they're not that much better, guys. And really what they're doing is they're using it as a money-making utility to milk the club dry. And it's working, in all honesty. There's dividends to be paid at the end of the year and stuff like this. Fair play, I don't want to get into any of this business, really. But the point I'm making is they are running it like a business. It's not a love. It's not a project for them like a Roman Abramovich. That's why they're getting the business done. That's why they're getting the deals done. City have arguably got stronger players than us in the back line, and they're signing defenders right away. Arsenal are being linked with players right now. It's just a real disappointment that a great club like Manchester United, which it is, in my opinion, it's the greatest club in all the world, but we're shackled by our owners, and that's just plain wrong. We can't be shackled by our owners. They should have the fans' best interest at heart, but they truly don't. Right then, guys, let's have a look at your comments. Thank you very much. Jonathan Gallagher, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. It's like the season that Jose Mourinho had in his 3rd year. It's like that summer window as well. There's just not the investment needed, not the necessary investment needed. And I'm going to read your comment out, Jonathan Gallagher. The board is setting Ollie up to fail. Look, he's going to have his work cut out for him if they're not going to invest in him. Akil Pieces, even Arsenal are signing players for F's sake. Fergie99, he comments, we will finish 7th next season. Look, I do genuinely believe if Manchester United, let's say we only get Sancho this season, I still think we'll be in with a task of finishing top 4, just getting Sancho this window. And that's if we get Sancho. The more realistic proposition is we probably don't get Sancho, and maybe we settle for somebody a bit more melty, like Douglas Costa. That's probably a much more realistic proposition than actually getting the man. But what we actually need to do is get rid of the couple of players that are hangers on at the football club. Like, why is Phil Jones even still here, guys? He enters the United Gurning competition once a year. That's the only thing he's actually good for. Other than that, he's a waste of time at Manchester. So why is he actually still here? Why haven't we loaned him out to somebody else or given him away? What about Jesse Lingard? He's still at the football club, still getting 150k a week after having an absolutely piss-poor, drab season. Makes no sense to me, but he's still here. He's still on a good bit of money. There's a bunch of players at this football club. Andreas Pereira telling me he's United class. No, I'd rather he did one and we took a gamble on Chong or something, or somebody else, to put in that position when it needed, and go and sign another player to actually be a first teamer. It's not rocket science, is it, guys? And they need to spend a couple of $100 million in this window, recoup a little bit of that, absolutely. But spend all we've done this window so far is get rid of Sanchez and get rid of a couple of players. We haven't actually brought anybody in yet. So I think it's a piss poor window from Manchester United's point of view. We're shackled by our owners. It's not like the good old days at all, where Alex Ferguson was getting the players in and building the side that he wanted. Man, even the great Alex Ferguson couldn't really operate under these Glazers these days. I know he did have that period of time where he was under them, but really the worst of this time has come post-Fergie. And you can argue from their point of view, well, should they be investing that much money into an unproven manager like Solskjaer or these previous managers that were not necessarily going to perform? But you've got to give them that opportunity. And if anybody has earned that opportunity to be invested in, it is only going to Solskjaer, because he has turned this side around from being really desperate, and he's not had a massive amount of money, really. Okay, yeah, we did get Maguire, but he spent a bit. But really, he's had to get rid of other players that were signed by the previous manager that he didn't even want. So he's had his work cut out for him since day one. There's no bigger pressure cooker of a job than Manchester United, which is why every other week a result doesn't go your way. There's all the Ollie out brigade come out the woodwork, and it's sickening to see. But it's the pressure of the football club. It's such a massive job, and all things considered, he's done a great job, so he does deserve to be invested in. But they probably won't invest in him, guys, this summer. I sort of feel what Jonathan's saying there and what Fergie's saying, that we're going to really struggle this season, especially if they don't invest. And even if we do invest a little bit and get a certain player that we need in, there's other clubs around that are doing the same thing, doing it way better. Chelsea have had a heck of a window so far. They will continue to have a heck of a window because they want to put themselves in the best possible position to try, and that's all you can do, try and challenge for the title next season. You can tell that because Roman loves Chelsea. Roman Abramovich loves Chelsea. That's the difference. That is the difference, my friends. Matty the Rushmeister, how you doing, my lad? He says, defo need 3 or 4, but we won't get them. I agree with you, Matt Rush. We're lacking in so many areas, and we probably will not get anybody. JP in his house says, we can't even get rid of the melts in the team if we don't sign players now. Oh, the melts in time if we don't sign players now. Absolutely, mate. We've got a lot of melts around, and we don't have the option to do it. Itchai says 4 to 5 players is impossible. Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we're lucky, we'll get, if we're super lucky, we'll get 2 or 3 this window. But the way things are going, I doubt it that we get any. I think what will happen, actually, this is my honest assessment of what will happen. Come near the end of the window, we will sign Jadon Sancho for a big amount of money, probably only a tiny little bit less than what we were proposing in the first place and what Dortmund wanted. We'd have played it silly buggers for a month and dragged that out when we could have had that player bedding in Manchester. That will appease the fans to a degree because, of course, everyone will be like, oh, yay, Jadon Sancho's at the football club, absolutely sensational, which it would be. But also, it will gloss over the fact that there's 2 or 3 other positions out there on the pitch that need to be strengthened. And I don't think it's realistic we get any more than him, I don't think, because this board and these owners and everybody that we've got this for the top of this club don't really care about improving the side out there on the pitch as much as us fans do. And yet, it's going to be difficult to see the players that we can bring in as well. Like 200 million spent is what we need to do. You just need to go out there and sign 3 really quality players to improve the starting 11. That then will in turn improve the depth in your side. That will also enable you to get rid of 1 or 2 melters, maybe give opportunities to blood a couple of youngsters as well. You need backup in key areas. We need a wing back. We need a striker backup. But then we also need a first team player in the right wing position, central midfield if you ask me, and centre back. It's not rocket science, guys. I've just worked it out for us, okay? It's as simple as that. What do these Manchester United board twats do apart from sitting around playing bloody tiddlywinkles, seeing who's got the smallest pretty tiddly? I don't know what the hell these guys are doing with their time, but they're certainly not doing anything useful. They're certainly not bringing any players into this football club and actually justifying their roles at all. Smash a thumbs up on this stream if you can, lads and lasses. Please do give it a like and get in the comment section. Just going to do a bit of a Q&A now, lads and lasses. I want to see where the fan base is at and see what you guys think about this current regime, this current setup, this current window, the players that we should be, all that good stuff. So get in the comment section and thank you very much for watching. Debbie Elder says, come on, Woodward. Mate, Debbie. Mate, Wedward, bloody Woodworm. The guy's an absolute Squidward, isn't he? He needs to go. A-Kill Pieces, Glazers out, trending. Good. It needs to be trending. Keep it trending, guys. Glazers out, man. I've had enough of these guys now. How are we going to force these guys out of our football club? And you know what sickens me? Is even if they do invest in this window, even if they do try and paper over the cracks a little bit here to appease the fans so people don't turn up with bloody fireworks at their properties and stuff like this, even then, they still don't have the best interest of this football club at heart. Still, they're just trying to line the pockets of themselves and their grandchildren and all. Fair enough, that's their prerogative, that's their life, they bought the club, they own it. But we can never pretend like they will ever be anything other than shrewd businessmen who have seen a commodity, bought the commodity with debt, servicing that debt, and are making money from that commodity. And are doing just about enough to service the commodity to the point where it's still profitable, it's making them money, it's a cash cow for them, and they can just about appease the fan base by doing what they're doing. And you just wait and see. Sancho will sign this window. You mark my words, but we won't sign any bastard else. I bet you that's how I feel about it right now. And yeah, that would be okay. I'd take it, a little piece of the puzzle here and there, but it won't paper over the fact that they still haven't fully invested in the squad, and Ole Solskjaer's job will be very difficult, having not got the experienced player that we needed in the centre of the park and at centre-back. Look, we don't even really know what's going on with Harry Maguire at the moment. Do we even have our £80 million slabhead captain in the side at the start of the season? Now, from what I understand, there's lots of mixed reports coming out. From what I understand, he's just defended himself. Somebody stabbed his sister in the arm is what I'm hearing, and he's stuck that slab on a few people. Fair play to him if that's the case. Absolutely. But we don't know what's going on with the situation there, so I think he'll come back and he'll be in the side, but... Kurt Koenig with a comment here says, Pig spending trillions is not the solution. Building a homogenous team is. At the moment, you cannot do much. Hey, look, I think that you're right in a lot of ways. He's brought the players through. He's bringing his blood in the players. We want a good, solid team. We want the right type of players. It's not about spending huge money on big names and marquee signs. Like, I've heard some bullshit about that freaking toothy bastard Luis Suarez freaking being linked with Manchester United. No, mate. That is not the good look that we were looking for. Absolutely not. Aside from the fact he's an absolute bloody... twat. We don't want him. He's not the right fit for the football club. We want people who are hungry to play for United and who are getting better. But still, there are other players out there that fit into that mould that we could go and get. But for some unknown reason, we just have decided to play silly buggers all transfer window long. So I don't get it. Jay Walford, he comments, we need to set up a GoFundMe page. We have over 110 million fans, so if we all donate £1, we can buy Sancho ourselves. Hey, Jay, I like what you've done there, but it shouldn't be that way, should it? It almost feels like it is that way. But you know what's annoying about this as well, Jay, is that we do that anyway. Everybody's bought the new shirts, everybody's bought the merch, who's a season ticket holder, who... subscribes to MUTV. There's loads of different ways that you can support this football club, and we want to do it for a reason, to support them so that they go and they improve the side every single season when the opportunity is there. But unfortunately, I think it's fair to say that they're not really doing that, and they're certainly not doing it to 100% of their capabilities or what the fans deserve. Rach United, good comment. She says, yeah, don't buy Glazer merchandise. Only way to hit them is in the pocket. I mean, sadly, that's going to be the case. Yes, the club will maybe suffer for a short period of time, but in the long run, it's going to benefit the football club. And if it gives the Glazers a further reason to sell up, maybe there's an offer for a few £1 billion that comes in and they think, do you know what, it's more trouble than it's worth. Let's do the right thing. Let's make a bit of a profit and get out. Maybe somebody else will come in, and the fact is I would take any sort of Saudi oil baron or a Russian oligarch or anyone over the Glazers, as long as they're prepared to put the money and invest properly into the football club and they're not servicing debt. That's the ideal scenario. Somebody comes in with a few £1 billion, clears all the debt, obviously. Manchester United's no longer hindered by that debt that the Glazers shouldn't even have been being able to do that in the first place. Think about how wrong that is. An institution like Manchester United, an absolute institution, and they're hindering us with hundreds of millions of pounds worth of debt the moment they come into the club. Shouldn't even be allowed, guys. But there you go. That's football. That's the FA for you. Right, okay, let's get into your comments again, lads and lasses. Smash that thumbs up button, give it a like. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. We keep up to date with all Manchester United news, legit news, and stuff that's going on in the world of Manchester United. We do watch-alongs for every single game as well. So if you haven't been on this channel before, hit that subscribe button. Do leave that thumbs up rating. That'll help this stream out massively. And subscribe, guys. Alex in here with a comment. He says, I hate the Glazers, but no way I could accept the Saudis owning United. Mate, I would all day. I'm sorry, but if it was like a Sheikh Mansour situation where they're like, he's literally using it like a toy, where he loves it, like, not necessarily loves it, but they're prepared to just, try and win every single year by investing in the football club. That is their modus operandi over there. That should be our modus operandi, Alex. I hear what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying, man. I understand what you're saying. But the fact is, you won't like this being an American, but to me, there's no difference, really, the club being owned by Saudis or Americans. Either way, it's foreign ownership, guys. There's no difference for me. Ideally, I'd like the supporters of Manchester United to own the football club, or maybe, a British bloody, entrepreneur or something. But it's not. I want a real fan to own the club, but we're not in those days anymore, unfortunately, guys. I don't think we're in those days anymore. That's why you can get a twat like Mike Ashley owning Newcastle. That's why you can get that disgraceful chairman who let Berry fall into administration and didn't give a toss. That's why you can get those sort of situations these days. So I hear where you're coming from. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those. Bernaldine says, if the fans who love the club, Woodward board disgrace. We got the cash, spend it up. Big up, pig. Thank you, Bernaldine. We have got the cash. This is it. We have got cash there to be spent. Of course we do. There's TV deals that everybody's felt the pandemic a little bit, but Manchester United probably less than most. Let's be honest now, they're a huge commercial giant. Unbelievable, man. Buster Cherry with a comment says, Mike Ashley could buy United once he sells Newcastle. I don't know if he could he? Could he? That House of Fraser mug? Aidan CE says, even if we do sign Jadon, we'll only be feeling relief, not excitement. They ruin every transfer for Fuchs' sake. Haven't been excited about signing since Di Maria, and even that ended sourly. Hey, great comment there, Aidan, man. You're spot on, that's it. They're just about doing the bare minimum to appease the fans by signing Jadon Sancho. We know we need to sign others in this window. All of us do. We all want to see improvements made in the side. That's why I'm on here talking about it. That's why you're on here listening to me, because we all share in Manchester United wanted to see them get better. I mean, okay, maybe not you, Buster, because you're a bloody Arsenal fan, aren't you? But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we're all here, because we want to support the football club. We want to talk about the football club. And this is a big talking point. Our owners are hindering us massively, unfortunately, guys. Simple as that. Kabaki HD. How you doing, Kabaki HD? He comments, Pig, what is your ideal transfer window? Look, in a dream transfer window for me, and a realistic one as well. Like, I don't want to say, Ronaldo and Messi, and, it's just preposterous. But realistic, if I was in charge and I had a few £100 million to spend, I would invest that into the following players. I would buy Jadon Sancho. I would buy Ruben Neves. I would buy Wilfred Ndidi. I would buy Upamecano. And I would also buy Alphonso Davies. If money wasn't an object and also realism wasn't an object, I would get those players in a heartbeat, lads and lasses. That is what I would do. Now, I can see where we are lacking in the football club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can see where we're lacking in the football club. You guys can see where we're lacking in the football club. But apparently the Glazers and Woodward, they don't give a shit. Soyang Publu says, Bruno, Pogba, Tony, Rashford and Greenwood won't be fit for the whole season. We need at least 3 players in the transfer window. Fully agree with you. Depth is the problem at United as well. It's not just about having, in my opinion, an inferior starting 11 to the teams that are above us and finished above us this season in order to close the gap, but it's also about having the players there in reserve, the players to come in and help out across all competitions. Remember, we're in the Champions League next season. So let's bloody act like it by having a squad capable of challenging on all fronts, which we don't have right now. Atrex in the gaff. What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack in Atrex? He says the window closes in September. Can anybody confirm to me when the actual end of the window is? Because obviously with all this pandemic stuff, there's a little bit of confusion there. I'm not 100%. Beata Thompson comments, Jadon Sancho is one piece of the puzzle. When we won't even sign him, we are doomed. This is it, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about, man. Look, we need to make it known. We need to voice our opinions now, folks, because the Glazers, we need to make them listen, like last time. Remember when there was that fireworks incident? Guess what? They went out there and they signed a player, didn't they? Bruno Fernandes got him in there. We need to make them known of our disdain for their ownership and their running of this football club. John Bradburn in the house. He says, Man U with Grealish and Zaha in the team. Well, look, my friend. I mean, how bad is that we could pull that off. Are you telling me United right now can sign Grealish and Zaha? Of course we could. We just haven't bothered to do it because we don't want to open up the purse strings. Because our owners are just servicing debt and milking the football club and probably have their eyes on other prizes over in the States, it seems like. Tom Palmer with a comment. He comments, never understood why Sancho would consider moving to United other than for money. Dortmund are a better team at the moment. Why risk ruining his development? Hey, Tom Palmer, you make a fair point, man. I mean, look, it's not going to be any bed of roses, I don't think, coming to United. It hasn't been a bed of roses for pretty much any player coming to the side. Maybe Bruno. Everyone else, it's not really been a bed of roses coming to the side. They've really struggled. The team's really struggled since Fergie, post-Fergie. So I agree with you, mate. Look, in a way, Dortmund, look, they're a more oiled team. They've got a lot of exciting players in there. It's not just Sancho. They're a good team. You have to give credit where credit's due. So I understand what you're saying. Plus, he's the main man over there, isn't he? He's going to be getting all the applause. He's going to be getting all the opportunities within that side. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, isn't it? It's just one of those. Matt Rush says, October, I hear, end of the transfer window. Well, if that is the case, at least we have got a little bit of time to get this done. Junior Red says, where is the hat, mate? It's ridiculously hot right now. Ladies United and Red Chat comments, then a 2-week domestic transfer window. man, we need to get some business done, don't we, guys? Hey, thank you for everybody that's watching this video right now. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes, guys. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Hit that like button if you're watching. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on United. I want to see what you guys think. No one of importance comments, steal Mason Mount from Chelsea. You know, look, I mean, there's some good options out there. I don't think that's necessarily one of them, but he is a great player. I just don't think Chelsea would let him even sniff around him at all. Razak says, go into teams like Leverkusen, Sevilla, etc. and get players from there and build on depth. Yeah, somebody was saying the other day, and I agree with them. What's his name? Oh, no. The left-back for Sevilla, his name's like Regenerate or something, but it's not. Reguilon or something like that. Forget his name now. He looked really good in all the games that I've seen him play so far this season. There's maybe an option for left-back. How much would it cost? Probably not that much. There's a deal to be done all over the place. You don't have to spend millions of pounds on big-name marquee players to get a great player. We've seen that in the past with United. Nemanja Vidic cost peanuts. Loads of players have cost peanuts before for United. Liverpool signed Andy Robertson for 8 million. Some regard him as one of the best left-backs in the world. So I don't, but some people do. And the point I'm making is that he cost 8 million. You don't have to go out there and sign a massive marquee name in order to improve the football side. In fact, if anything, United's transfer policy has changed recently. In the years before that showed that wasn't really working for United. Going out there and signing the big name players really didn't do much for us. The Di Marias and the Falcaos, and it didn't really do much for us. We got a comment here from JNK Ghost, who comments, most honest show I've seen. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, my friend. Very nice of you to say. I just say it how it is, mate. I just open up the lid and I just freaking let it fizzle out over your faces, guys. What? But honestly, that's what I do. It's like I said, this is actually great therapy for me. So I appreciate everybody who's watching and joining. We've actually had over 100 people tuning in for this. I haven't even looked. It's late after 9 p.m. So shout out to all you legends who are tuning in and getting in here for this show tonight. Really appreciate you all stopping by. Ryan Burberspin says, good voodoo, furlough FC, no money. We talk about Liverpool there, just general scummers. Ethan Robson says, hi Pig, I can't believe it's came to this. How are you doing there, Ethan Robson? Thank you for your message there. I'm not surprised really, Ethan. I think this is just more of the same. I expect more of the same over the coming years. They will sign players, but they won't sign players to the degree that a Chelsea or a Manchester City would sign players who are solely focusing on improving the football side every single transfer window. We won't sign the players that they do. We won't spend the money that they do, probably, because unfortunately our owners are bad owners. They're not good owners. And they've got owners which, okay, you can argue, whether it's right or wrong, to turn a club like Chelsea just a cup side and bring money into the club and build and buy success. But you cannot deny that he does invest in that football club and he does want to improve the team out there on the pitch every season. Hence why they've got their business wrapped up early. Thank you, Juice Z. Comments, smash a like. Thank you, Juice Z. Much appreciated. Dennis Johnson says, same thing coming in January. There you go, Dennis. We'll be scratching around like we did in the last January, trying to fill the holes and plug the holes that we've got in the team in January, which we will have in January. We'll probably have an injury here and there. We'll probably have to make a signing in January, just like we did that season, just like we did the season. Remember when, like I was saying, this is a terrible transfer window, and it reminds me of that Moisey transfer window. And think about that Moisey transfer window. We panic bought Marouane Fellaini last day or at the end of the window, and that's about it. And then what else did we do? We got Juan Mata in the January transfer window, I believe, to try and come in and try and plug a hole. Too little, too late. It was the damage was done. You can't be improving your side in January. We've got the opportunities to improve our side in the summer. Bruno Fernandes could have signed for Manchester United in the summer last year if the Glazers and Wood were prepared to pay a little bit more money to get the deal done early. Now, in the end, they paid a good amount of money for it. They got him in January, and it was a revelation. But he could have been a revelation from the start of the season with an extra £10 million spent. That's what I'm talking about. Peanuts! Peanuts for this freaking football club, guys. And that would have enabled us to win probably a shit ton more games to see. What do they want? What do they want? You know what I mean? John Bradburn, sorry, it winds me up. John Bradburn says, just sign Zaha and Grealish. Both can make things happen. It's not rocket science, is it? I hear you. Daily Bits comments, United are literally best in the world at coming fourth. Don't be saying that, my friend, well, look, the Glazers are trying to make it that way. The Glazers are not truly invested in Ollie. They're putting him in a position where the best he can do is finish fourth. If the window ended now, I would be surprised if we finished fourth. I honestly would, because Chelsea have improved their side no end with the signings they made. We would have absolutely busted a nut over Timo Werner. If Timo Werner came into the side, we'd have busted. And what about, Ziyech's a good player as well. People seem to criticise for everything I've seen about him. Looks like a really good player. I mean, I think he was in, he's in the Eredivisie team in a year. He's been doing some bits, guys. A decent signing anyway. Vince, Bruno, Mason, Grealish comes every summer. Instead of planning to battle our rivals, our club seems to turn its attention to battling its fans. It's because the fan base knows that there's improvement needed. There's a big curtain of frustration that is just closed upon the fans in the window by the Glazers, because they do not do anything to really improve this football club like we want them to. Firecan Rap comments, imagine if we had a midfield of Bruno, Pogba and Van der Beek. See, there goes another player. I think we could have had him near the start of the window. There was some talk about £35 million, which seems low, but there's some talk about that. Maybe we could have had him at the start of the window there. Instead, we dilly-dally fannied around. Coleman's gone into Barca. He'll probably end up there, It's bullshit, guys. Josh Smith says United need to clear out the board. This is a joke. Thought it'd be different when we got Ollie and there was all that talk of getting a director of football. That's what we really need. But the problem with Manchester United's owners and Ed Woodward being the chief exec is Ed Woodward is the yes man for the Glazers. And if you put a director of football in there, then you're just getting another yes man for Ed Woodward for the Glazers. And unfortunately, they won't really, I don't really see them letting the finances go into the administration of a director of football who's not in their vein of thinking when it comes to the commercial side of Manchester United and how to run the club and how to make a profit, more importantly. It's like I said on my last video, and I stand by this comment, and you might think I'm being a bit silly, but I stand by this comment. Now, if you were to say to any Manchester United fan around the world, any true fan of Manchester United, what would you rather? Would you rather Manchester United made a net profit of £0 come the end of the year and we won the Premier League title? Or would you rather we finished second but the club made an operating profit or a net profit of, say, £200 million? Now, most people would say, look, well, £200 million is probably what you should spend in a transfer window on players to go on and win a title. So we definitely want the title. Everyone would want the title, but the Glazers, they think it's a business. Let's operate it like a business. Let's suck the money out the club. They would go for the 200 million. I promise you guys. I promise you that the Glazers would choose a £200 million profit and second instead of a zero profit and first. That's why they're not spending the money, I guess, guys. It's just another way of putting it in their inactivity in the window. Right then, folks, I think I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. I just wanted to get on here and have my say and talk about it. But I really appreciate every single one of you that's watched this video tonight and got in here. Mad chat, actually. The live chat's been popping off. So thank you so much for stopping by and getting in here and having your say in the live chat. And you know what? If I didn't reply to you, there's a lot of comments coming through. I apologise. I'd love to respond to everybody that does get in here. So if I've not responded to you, then please do come back once this video is finished in a minute and comment in the not live comments and I will get back to you there. And we can have a debate about how shite the Glazers are as owners at United. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to wrap it up there. Shout outs to Ruddy Can't Game, Razak, Waka Sakram, No One of Importance, Daily Bits, Matty Rush, JP for the love, Liverpool fan, Mrs. P, Illy United, Tristan Newkirk, Big God Bob. Hey, nice one, Big God Bob. Thank you so much, Scoocho1, everyone else. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you stopping by. Hit that like button. James, Aaron Homeyard, Mrs. P, Johnny Gallagher, everyone else. Come back in a minute. Have your say on what's been going on at United this window. Tell me what you think about it. And Glazers out, folks. We need to make ourselves known now. Make the voices heard. Stop buying the merch right now. Don't buy the new away kit. I was going to buy the new away kit. I'm not going to buy the new away kit now, guys. Or if I do buy the new away kit, it's going to be a bloody knockoff new away kit. That's it. I put my foot down. Not contributing to this bullshit anymore. Alright then, folks, thanks for watching. This is The Pig. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Smash a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when we go live. Follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Check out the website, Flying Pig United. Fuck, I'm punching up my desk. And I'll see you on the next one. Shame that wasn't bloody Potato Face Woodward. See you later. This is The Pig. Oh, man. Man, oh man, well that was good. I enjoyed that, guys. I did that. That relieved some stress, honestly. That was genuinely a stress reliever. So shout out to you all for watching. Really appreciate you. Rach United as well. Thank you, Kyron Kennedy. Eddie O2, absolute legend. Check out Eddie O2 Culture Soldier gear for graphic design. Kyron Kennedy is in here. I've already said you, mate, but thanks for stopping by. Matty Rush says subscribe to the channel. And by the way, this is the Patreon and the channel membership credits to say thank you to all the patrons and all the tier 2 channel members who are on here as well. They get on here too. The options there if you guys want to support the shows, a link in the description. But anyway, lots of content coming this week. Keep a lookout. We've got some exciting stuff coming up on the channel, which I won't reveal just yet. But keep a lookout for it. And like I say, smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. I see you on the next one. And thank you so much, everyone. And yes, shout out to Ellie, who we've not seen in here tonight. Hopefully she's just having a nap or something. And Gungshi as well, and a bunch of the legends. Shout out to everyone. Stay classy. We'll see you later. This is the pig. I'm out.